Yeah. All right, everybody. You know the dealio. It's stream time. We're gonna play some RogueTrader today, and I am pretty excited. You wanna know why? Because RogueTrader is the perfect Warhammer game. Aside from, obviously, you know, Warhammer itself. It's essentially every 40k novel I've ever read, and I love it. I really, really do. I'm always happy to play it. Speaking of, I think it's about time we got started. So, I believe we were just about to land on Dragonis, which actually, before I do that, let's do some upgrades. Boarding party. That's kind of cool. Oh, interesting. I don't have any torpedoes, though. Premonition. I want to do boarding party. That sounds fun. Shield pulse. Overload the enemy shields. Reinforce shields. Let's do maximum overdrive. Ooh! Torpedo control. Swing run. Warp wave rank 2. Warp wave rank 3. Boarding party rank 6. Okay. Looking good. So far, so good. Channeler. We're looking good. Okay. Had to be sure. What is this? Oh. I could get flak armor arsenal. Allows flak shots to be fired from kinetic macro cannons. Or interceptors. I guess we'll do that. Because I don't think I have a torpedo tube. I just have lance weapons. Yeah, there's really no point. Could upgrade the ram, could upgrade the hull. Upgrade the hull. Upgrade the ram. Am I at full health? I think so. My ship looks really cool. Alright. Time to land on Dragonis. Yes, this will... Not you, Jay. Cabela, though. Absolutely. Hendrix wants to be there, but I don't really want Hendrix. Oh, I'm so torn. It's fine. I don't like Hendrix very much. He wouldn't let me have my cool shit. Therefore, he must die. Eventually. To the Von Valancius Palace. Where I shall ascend to be a proper rogue trader. Lots of gossip. I love the outfit. It's perfect. Clementa Weissarian. Oh, the Emperor protects. Welcome home, your lordship. The stately woman in a long dress uniform makes a graceful curtsy. Her short gray hair does not obscure her stern features. I am Clementia Weissarian, court chancellor of the Von Valancius dynasty. On behalf of all of Dragonis, please accept my deepest condolences on the untimely passing of Theodora von Valancius. Her departure is a terrible blow to us all, but as one star expires, another always flares to life. And although still overcome with bitterness and grief, your subjects hope that you will become the trade dynasty's guiding light in these trying times. Clementia. Abelard offers a reserved nod. She nods in return, and the lines in his brow soften ever so slightly. Achilles... Ooh, this guy looks wild. Scalander. Achilles Scalander. The young man quickly brings a respirator to his burnt face and bows his head courteously. His raven black hair veils his burns and skull implants, and his thin metal fingers creak quietly as he offers a welcome gesture. Achilles Scalander, Secretary of the Administratum Department. I hope your journey to Dragonis was not darkened by unwanted troubles. It was uneventful, thank you. The Emperor protects. It was terrible. We had some incidents, but those are irrelevant at this moment. Quite right, your lordship. What happened cannot be changed, but you still have great deeds ahead of you. So let us look to the future and hope in our hearts. Oh, hold on, everybody. I got a message. Okay, we're good. Does your lordship wish to survey the grounds? Or perhaps we could sate your curiosity by answering any questions you might have. Governor Urbent Drivestem has been notified of your arrival on Dragonis and will visit the palace shortly. The preparations for the official visit are well in hand, and your lordship still has plenty of time before the meeting. Hold on, Clementia. What did you say your last name was? Clementia nods politely. You heard correctly, your lordship. I am of House Weissarian, Lord Abelard's granddaughter and direct descendant. The succession of service is an effective good. It grants new generations understanding of their function within the mechanism. Chancellor Weissarian has held her position at the Von Valancius court for many years. She earned Lord Captain Theodora's respect through acts of great perseverance. There's no room for doubt. Blood had nothing to do with it. The Emperor blesses those whose strength humanity's domain. Easy, Abelard. I'm simply asking. All that concerns me is the prosperity of my protectorate. I'm gonna say easy, Abelard. I was simply asking. Abelard huffs and feigns indifference. Oh, Abby, buddy. Why isn't the governor here with you to greet me? Apologies, your lordship. Governor Drivestem's residence is on the other side of the world, by the Administratum Palace of Dragonus. We sent word as soon as you entered the system, but it takes time, and the travel distance is great. Okay. Logic test success. Chancellor Wysarion appears unruffled, but you cannot shake the thought that Governor's lateness is a subtle political gesture designated to test the limits of what is acceptable when it comes to interacting with the new rogue trader. Ooh, political intrigue. I'd like to rest before the meeting. Where are my chambers? They are very close, just down the hall. That is also where the study and audience chamber are. Achilles' face brightens with a pearly white smile, restoring some of his former good looks. Lady Theodora's study has remained locked since her last departure, but on account of your arrival, we've arranged for it to be tidied up. It is ready when you have need of it. You are dismissed. I apologize for my bluntness, but I have a request to make. Perhaps before the meeting takes place, the illustrious Lord Captain would spare a few minutes for a conversation with me. Achilles bows his head. I'm certain that you will find my report of the affairs of the state of Von Valancia's protectorate most useful. Sure. Let's see what you got to say. Oh, it's just me.
How fascinating.
Huh. Toss a coin. Cavia Gamma delegation. Visarion. Bunch of noble people. Shady character. Well, I can't really be hurt. I'm a fucking god. Not really worried about that. But looking around, there's a lot of cool stuff. Bunch of confessors, Argenta. Oh. Interesting. So my party is scattered about. So there's Argenta. Huh. A lot of aristocrats. It's so cool. You're so high up that you can you see aristocrats, these rich people, as just like, oh, they're just there. Greetings, your lordship. Greetings, greetings, your lordship, your lordship. I love having this little guy. Glory to the rogue trader of House Von Valancia, the guardian of the world, exterminator of humanity's enemies. It's just like screaming wherever I go. It's perfect. Oh, everything about this game is just, I love it so much. Ooh, what's this? A curio? An ancient cogitator. Oh, here's Eurolette. And she's, of course, looking at a tree. Some Janus people. Oh, that's why it's from Janus. Okay, let's check it out. Into the palace. The Von Valancia's palace. palace. I'm so excited to see my palace. God, this makes me want to run a RogueTrader game so bad. It would be so damn fun. Welcome, your lordship. Let me inform you of the location chambers on your dynasty's estate. The main throne room is up the stairs and straight ahead. Your subject, Achilles Gander, informed me that he humbly awaits the opportunity to meet with you there. Okay, so I'll go see him first. If your lordship wishes to rest after your long journey, your personal chambers are up and on the right. Oh, he's real fucking slow. If you have anything, whatever your soul desires, I'll be right next to your chambers, eagerly awaiting your orders. Okay. Huh. They're just screaming. All right. Let's check out. He said he would be here. Mr. Sadari, my patience is not easily exhausted, but you are coming close. I repeat myself, no, not issue any seals. Interesting. Is this the lady I saw gossiping earlier? I can see the family resemblance with Abelard now. You cannot see further than your own nose, my dear Clementia. It wasn't a bribe, it was a gift. Now about that seal. Let the RogueTrader decide. Ooh. Clementia Wysarian. Your lordship, I apologize for this ugly scene, but might I ask you rein in Mistress Hydaria, put a stop to her inflammatory actions towards me? It's Jay. Of course it's Jay. As the Exalted One is my witness, Shireen, I've tried everything I could to spare you any unnecessary headache over the seals of this officiate. Oh god, yeah. I even showed this aid with a temper worse than a sandstorm, the certificate with your signature. But your chancellor merely kept batting me away with her okay, so basically yeah. Okay, purses her lips. Oh no, this isn't about me at all. Whatever is the matter, Mistress Wysarian? I'm afraid that my words may anger your lordship. Clementia lowers her head in shame as if offering it up to be removed from her shoulders. The seal you are looking for was lost over a quarter of a century ago. Her ladyship, Theodora von Valancius, ordered a new one to be delivered from the Imperium, but, as you well know, we are a long way from Holy Terra, and with warp storms ravaging the Corona sector, we've been unable to receive a replacement to this day. Give Clementia the seal with the Winterscale coat of arms. Could this be the seal in question? This is, without a doubt, the Administratum seal from the Winterscale's realm. But why is it the original and not a copy? Ah, I think I understand. Well, the laws of the Imperium do not permit heirs of other houses from using the seals in times of need, I will order to have the servants of the machine cult create a duplicate so as to avoid such embarrassing predicaments. You ought to have been flogged for withholding critical information. I ought to have you flogged. There is something I must discuss with the Chancellor in private. Oh, by all means, Shimmerine, I dare not waste any more time. Okay. What are your responsibilities as Chancellor? To put it simply, I am your trade representative, and any and all decrees, deals, official communications, and meetings are first reviewed by me and then forwarded to you from you down the hierarchy. Okay. Property, estate. Okay. What can you tell me about Dragonis? All the deals and important decisions are made here in the capital. Many years ago, an ancestor of Lady Theodora signed an agreement with the Adeptus Administratum, which allowed for efficient management of the world and neighboring systems. In accordance with the decree, a share of the planet's population was assigned to the Administratum and converted into servitor scribes. They now toil across the entire world. Dragonis is also the seat of several noble families who have run all of the major planets in the Protectorate. If I may express my not so humble opinion, they care very little about who exactly stands at the helm. Those piranhas think only about themselves and their own profits, just as much as they do about the prosperity of the Protectorate itself, if not more. And lastly, Dragonis has its own fleet, a luxury unavailable to the vast majority of worlds in your realm. In addition to warships, the Protectorate also employs privateer ships, which are used to transport cargo between worlds. Interesting. Does the capital stay in contact with the other worlds in my Protectorate? Unfortunately, not at this time, your lordship. After the few representatives of the Adeptus Telepathica on Dragonis went into a frenzy, some of the Psychers were tragically pacified by their respective authorities. Since then, communication with the neighboring systems has been unreliable at best. Thanks to the Master of Mankind that you managed to find your way to the capital. If the noble houses are so volatile, what sense is there in keeping them? Over many centuries, an intricate hierarchy has formed within the ruling elite of Dragonis. The Great House do more than plunder your treasury. It is replenished to a large degree thanks to their administrative work and their lands. Naturally, you can get rid of anyone whom you consider a surplus to requirements. But right now, it could threaten the fragility and stability fragile stability that is currently holding the Protectorate together. Are there any other issues I should be aware of? Apart from the disrupted communications, Dragonis was recently raided by the enemies of humanity. However, the fleet under the command of Captain Matthias Marisarian triumphed over the accursed Xenos. If you ask for my opinion on this matter, we have the situation completely under control. You catch her avoiding your gaze for a moment. For the first time, it's obvious that Clementa is looking out for her house's good name. But despite the confidence in her tone, you can tell that she does not entirely believe her words. That's not good. Tell me about Governor Drivestem. Unbend Drivestem is a well-respected man, and not just on Dragonis, but throughout the Protectorate. For many centuries, his house has supported the capital's administration and the logistics between the Von Valencia systems. The Drivestem's efforts secured years of order and prosperity for Dragonis. What's more, Lady Theodora personally insisted that Lord Unbend specifically be made the next governor. Interesting. The way you speak of Drivestem, I hear a hint of either contempt or resentment. No, no, I don't believe I feel either, your lordship. Clementia's steely eyes stare into the distance, her jaw clenching visibly. She speaks in a polite but clipped manner, clearly flustered by your insight. We have different views on how to run a world. We sometimes have discussions over the laws that are enacted, but we both work for the good of the Von Valancius Protectorate. That much can be said without a doubt. Thank you for the report, Chancellor. I serve the Von Valancius Protectorate. Achilles Sclander, does he cause any problems? Why, none at all, your lordship. Secretary Scalander is an outstanding individual and a loyal servant of the Von Valancius dynasty. In Lady Theodora's absence, we collaborated on a number of issues related to the well-being of your domain, and he has proven himself quite capable. I don't know why, but even the governor trembles before Achilles, which is unusual for a man of his, we'll say, standing. The governor can wait a little longer. I still have matters to take care of. Certainly, your lordship. However, her thin lips twitch slightly. I do not concern myself with the governor's feelings, but I must warn you, your actions or inactions may be interpreted a certain way. Now, if your lordship will excuse me. Adira. Oh, look at my throne. I like my throne. What's behind it? Pascal. Adira. It's fitting that Adira is here. I like Adira. Hendrix. Achilles. Okay. Achilles! Scalander. The slender figure, clad in robes made from expensive fabric, shudders from the violent coughing. Pressing a gilded respirator to his face, the man takes a deep breath. Achilles, it's been many moons. I hope your cousin is feeling well. Achilles covers his burnt lips, trying and failing to suppress a coughing fit. She is in good health. She sends her regards to you, as well as her wishes for your swift return. Hendrix frowns. For as long as the stars shine in the sky, my vigil continues. So it does. Achilles thumps himself on the chest with his augmetic hand. You hear a clanging of metal. Logic test success. I'm not so foolish as to fail to notice a conversation in code. Your insight deserves credit, RogueTrader. Then again, I expected nothing less from the Theodora von Valancius' successor. Allow me to introduce Achilles Scalander properly. In addition to his duties as Secretary of the Administratum, he acts as an agent of the Golden Throne under my aegis. Master Scalander was transferred into my remit by a colleague who is engaged in other matters in the Coronis Expanse. I'm sure you will find Achilles' service useful, especially when dealing with the schemes of humanity's foes within the borders of your protectorate. Greetings, Lord Harrow von Valancius. Allow me once again to express my deepest condolences on the loss of Lady Theodora. I will do everything I can to track down and destroy all of Conrad Voigtvir's accomplices on the capital world. Do you know anything about what has become of Conrad Voigtvir? The former Master of Whispers is a heretic and a traitor to the dynasty. Achilles nods grimly. Word of his treason reached Dragonis too late. Conrad came to the planet and left it almost immediately once he had sown discord in the minds of the gullible and naive. The worst of the rumors he started was that you were the one responsible for Lady Theodora's sudden demise. Of course, your loyal subjects did their best to skin alive any who showed signs of doubt. But it seems unlikely that the wardens got to everyone who was allowed doubt in their hearts and now nurtures it in secret. You promised me a report on the state of affairs in the Protectorate? I have already forwarded all the official reports to your seneschal. As for the conversation we were having right now, I wouldn't trust any of the paper or data slates in its contents. You see, Lady Theodora, may the Emperor have mercy on her soul, was perfectly aware of Draconis' political environment. You, however, have only just arrived on the capital world, and I thought it would be best to bring you up to speed. Frankly, the nobles of Draconis, much like nobles on most worlds, are akin to spiders in a jar, ready to pounce on whoever is the weakest, or whomever they deem to be the weakest. The nobles of Draconis are well-respected, rich, powerful individuals who held Lady Theodora's favor for many years and found ways to rise above the rest of the diligently serving the rogue trader. Every family pursues its own self-interest, and each one expects that the transition of power... expect that with the transition of power, they will retain and even add to their lands and wealth. The families I would recommend giving particular attention to are the drive stems, the gapraks, and the saucerbacks. Oh! I know the saucerbacks. Okay. Interesting. I should also mention the Weissarians. Not a noble house per se, but a family that was part of Lady Theodora's inner circle. To the Blue Bloods' great displeasure. Tell me about the drive stems. The drive stems are an ancient governor house of Draconis. Predictably, the greater and the wealthier of the von Valancius protectress, the fuller their coffers grow. Their reputation is flawless, except for one detail. We have evidence that unbent drivestem rivals seem to have the misfortune of regularly falling victim to Xenos raids. I find that these attacks are always a little too advantageous for the drive stems, but we lack proof. Oh, okay, so they're using Xenos. The closer an official is to the rogue trader, the braver and safer they feel. I would like to remind everyone that rubbing shoulders with Xenos is heresy that is overlooked only in the case of the von Valancius heir, not his servants. What makes gapraks special? The gapraks hail from a remote forge world, and among their distant relatives, there are many servants of the Omnissiah. The house itself is close to the cult of the Adeptus Mechanicus, both in spirit and their business connections. Gapraks oversaw the industrial shipments within your protectorate, until recently, since the astropathic communication with Cavia Gamma was severed. They are quite concerned about the security of the planet placed in their care. I've been to Cavia Gamma already. The planet was tainted by the cult of the Final Dawn. Achilles shakes his head. These are grim tidings. It's a tragedy that an industrial world of such tremendous capacity was brought down by the pernicious influence of the archenemy. Perhaps my colleagues can pick up the cultist trail in the cold void. Of course, it would be a small consolation. What can you tell me of the saucerbacks? Religious and hardworking, the saucerbacks own many enterprises, including distillation manufactorums that produce promethium. I must note that lately members of the saucerback family have been prone to overly liberal statements about the von Valancius dynasty. They believe that Lady Theodora is a bit too keen on leaving her worlds without proper oversight. I'd like to know more about the Weissarians. The Weissarians are a line founded by Lady Theodora's seneschal, and as such are nominally considered nobility, at least from the standpoint of the Imperial Navy, of which Lord Abelard hails. On Draconis, however, their position is precarious. Firstly, they were never granted an official title, a process that has been impeded for decades by the older houses of Draconis, and secondly, the other families do not see them as equals, but more as upstarts clinging to the rogue trader's favor. The Weissarians are responsible for the capital world's fleet and the majority of cargo shipments on domestic routes. After hearing all that, I feel the urge to have every one of those sycophants executed at once. Achilles shrugs. You are naturally well within your rights, RogueTrader, but remember that this will cause the multi-layered bureaucratic system of Draconis, of your entire protectorate, in fact, to come apart at the seams. And that's not even considering the likelihood attempted reprisals from the families and their allies. I would hold off on death sentences, act with restraint and wisdom, present for all to see sufficient proof of the unwanted house's guilt. Do not mistake me, the mass executions are one way to solve your problem, but in that case you should weigh up every possible scenario before you act. What about the noble? Enough about the nobles. Was there anything else you wanted to report? There was, your lordship, and this time it concerns the main reason for my presence on the planet, Xenos and the threat they pose to both you and humanity as a whole. The last few months have been difficult for the people who have reported to me. My eyes and ears scattered throughout the Coronis expanse, warp disturbances, astropaths overcome with madness, ships disappearing in the immaterium. Many of my observers and contacts have gone dark or have been killed by some calamity or another. Still, I managed to establish communications with some key individuals who are able to warn me about incoming threats, including Xenos raids. Achilles looks at you in the eye without blinking. It is within my power to supply you with intelligence on where and when Xenos will strike. I do not doubt the Governor Driveston will beg you for protection against the Xenos in this fight, and the information from my contacts will serve you well. I beseech you, Harrow, if I ever report a threat looming over a ship or a planet, do not dismiss it. Sometimes I take an intervention from the RogueTrader. Okay, interesting. So he's basically saying, hey, I got the inside scoop on these Xenos. You should really pay attention to what I gotta say. And I'm inclined to believe him. He's Inquisition. Had to take a sippy. Tell me about the noble houses of Draconis. I've already done this. What are your responsibilities here on Draconis? Officially, I am Secretary of the World's Administratum Department. Less officially, I'm afraid I can't disclose that even to you. In short, I collect, investigate, and report of heresy taking root on upstanding planets of humanity. Above all else, I am concerned about the Xenos threat that hangs over the entire Coronis expanse, including your protectorate. Sadly, my mission was complicated by the recent warp disturbances. I am still trying to re-establish connection with many of my agents. Tell me about Xenos. The residents of the local systems are no stranger to skirmishes with the enemies of humanity. But recently, the loathsome beasts seem to have completely flown off the handle. We've received reports from ships that made it through the warp to Draconis. Both they and the colonies that they've departed attacks. Lots of Drukhari. Drukhari are attacking. Okay. Unfortunately, what is it saying? Unfortunately, in the host of humanity... Do you have anything on the Cult of the Final Dawn? No. About your unofficial work. I mean, the Inquisitor. Be gone! Whom do you truly serve? The RogueTrader or the interrogator of the Inquisition? And whom does the RogueTrader serve? The Golden Throne? The Protectorate? Could it be that one stems from the other? If so, is there any sense in discussing it? I want a list of all your agents and a means to contact them. I understand your desire as a RogueTrader to have everything under your control, and yet I am not at liberty to make use of classified information relating to the interrogator's agents. There's no point in pressing my agents. None of them will ever reveal such vital information, especially not in my presence. You make a solid point, Hendrix, but I had to try. I'm not going to expel you. I've learned all I've wanted to. I have other questions to ask. Scars on your face, what happened? About... He coughs. 5 years ago, there was an accident. Several tanks of promethium exploded in the storehouses at my estate, and I was burned alive under the rubble. The Emperor preserved my soul, and skilled physicians of Dragonis saved my body, except for my lungs, which I had to part. I presume the incident was an attempt on my life, but the identity of whoever was behind it remains a mystery. Okay. Interesting. I kind of want to look around a little bit more. Where is Cassia? Right there.
I see the forbidden.
Here we go. Alright. I want to check out my personal chambers. And loot everything that's not nailed down. Let's take a look here.
A revelation was sent to me.
Breeze catcher boots. Interesting. Huh. Is it Drukari stuff? What's going on there? That is a straight up multi-melta. Wow. Okay. Oh, Theodora. You had all sorts of stuff, huh? Just got a whole lot of everything. Lots of Drukari artifacts. Okay. Look at all that. So many Drukari artifacts. Zealot cloak. Wow, look at all this. Sit. The secret room is remarkably quiet and almost homely. Perhaps your predecessor used it when she sought complete solitude. Listening to the muted melody coming from the Vox speaker, you can easily imagine Theodora reading a book with a glass of expensive wine in hand. Choose a book. Several are stacked next to the sofa. Some appear ancient, while others look like they've never been opened. Among Theodora's data that has been restored, use in the cogitator is the phrase Litanies of the Motive Force. Is the title of one of the books there. Oh. Litanies of the Motive Force. Pick up a book. A hidden button is in the spine under your fingers. Have a glass of wine. 3 bottles earlier there see the Grandmaster's blood, boon of Terra, and flame of purity. Have the flame of purity. Swine fills, glitters and dimmed. Change the music. You recognize the melody that is playing right now. Symphony of Honor and Duty. Huh. Let's do this at part 2. The room respawn. Okay. Was I able to solve the puzzle? I don't know. I'm gonna come back in here. I want to check out this real quick, though. Okay, there you go. Ooh. That is my world out there. That's fun. So there was the hidden button. I guess I hope I got my pick the right thing. Guess we won't know. I think we're all set to go. Let's receive this governor. Tell them I'm ready to see the governor. Governor Ernbed Drivestem, Harrow von Valancius, 20th in his line. RogueTrader, keeper of the sacred warrant, and ruler of the Coronis Expanse. From the Cranach system to the 100 Dreams crossroads, I bid you welcome. Only 20th. Wow. That's actually crazy to think about. Ornben Drivesden, governor of this world, greets you first and foremost. Please accept my deepest condolences. It will be difficult to recover from the loss of a woman as great as Theodora von Valancius. It pains me to think that she is no longer with us. The citizens of Dragonis and of the entire Protectorate grieve alongside you. Please allow us to declare half a year of mourning so that we can honor the memory of our beloved lady. The governor glances at Cabela anxiously. then immediately averts his gaze. Then he looks at her again, but when Cabela lets out a grim chuckle and stretches her lips, dabbled in fresh blood and petrified grin, so Cabela is freaking him the fuck out. That's good. I like that a lot. Theodora von Valancius deserves more than that. You will declare a full year of mourning. There is no need. I am the new ruler of the Protectorate. Let the subjects rejoice at my arrival instead. The bewilderment caused by the wrinkles on Drivestem's glossy face, soften. Your lordship, these are centuries-old traditions, sacred customs and rules. Do not forget whom you serve, unbed Drivestem. If it is the rogue trader's wish, do not have a mourning ceremony. Lord Abelard's voice grates unpleasantly. Then so be it. Perhaps the I don't even know what that word is. Installed by Lady Theodora cares not for the sacred traditions of our founding ancestors. The governor gives a meaningful nod in Abelard's direction. But Harold von Valancius is a descendant of a true children of Dragonis. It behooves the ruler of a world to honor its customs. Oh. Come now, Umben. I'm as much of a parvenu as Abelard. I do honor traditions, Governor. Later, when things in the Protectorate settle down, we will declare a period of mourning. I shall be the one to judge what behooves me and what does not. Say nothing. I kind of like say nothing. Abelard looks like he wants to object, but seeing your aloofness, simply crosses his arms without saying a word. Esteemed Harrow, Lady Theodora was a strong leader, and we ought to follow her example. Let us lean on our wisdom and persevere in spite of this tragedy together, and let us carry on where she no longer can lead. Okay, he's really trying. Alas, it won't be an easy task to accomplish. Some time ago, the astropaths of Draconis flew into a rage, and they had to be subdued. We are gradually restoring our ability to speak with neighboring worlds, but the contacts are still weak, and the routes are tangled and no longer lead to the systems. Yeah. Okay, I have a lot of responses. We met a ship from Dragonis not long ago. The crew was transporting a strange artifact and went mad during the flight. This is truly a regrettable bit of news. What's more, leaving Dragonis has been forbidden for several cycles now. It seems that the Wisarian family has once again failed their primary responsibility. He shoots Abelard a condescending look. We will investigate this at once, as well as the fact that the ship had to acquire a small permit with the Administratum seal. Does your nephew still serve at the Administratum Palace? God, they're really jabbing at each other. The governor presses a number of buttons on a cogitator built into his bracer and looks up at you in surprise. I don't understand. The ship did indeed depart from orbit, but it did so, if you can believe it, on the RogueTrader's authorization. That's why no one dared impede its departure. Lord Captain, it would seem that Conrad somehow got his hands on a copy of your authorization, or perhaps even the original. A tool like that in the hands of a traitor does not bode well. Conrad Vtuber, former Masters of Whispers, is a heretic and traitor. Has he shown his face on Dragonis? The governor pensively strokes the rings glistening on his fingers. Lord Vtuber visited the capital some time ago, but he did not request a personal meeting. A heretic, you say? Now, I see where all the whispers in the corridors were coming from. Ooh. I shall be frank with you, your lordship. Lady Theodora's sudden death was a blow to every one of us, and the absence of any sort of verifiable and complete information about her successor gives grounds for all manners of rumors and misinterpretations, especially if someone is deliberately inciting unrest and discontent. Naturally, none would dare challenge you by accusing you of something as sacrilegious as murdering the RogueTrader. However, Conrad Vtuber was once a true boon to the Protectorate back in the day, and as such has some heeded his word. Interesting. Well, the heretical response. Publicly rip out the vocal cords and tongues of every slanderer and replace them with vox implants that sing the praises of the RogueTrader, Harold von Valancius, without interruption. I should think that it should serve as a reminder of who rules this world. I shall immediately make all the arrangements. He bows. What exactly do the Dragonis nobility expect from me in light of the loss of routes and communications with other worlds? We are all troubled by the fate of the agri-world Janus that supplied Dragonis and other planets with foodstuffs. Empty stomachs can drive even the mildest rabble to revolt. Furthermore, House Galprak is perturbed by the loss of communication with Cavia Gamma, which is in their charge. But if you wish to know my opinion, the world that deserves your attention is a penal world. One of the key mining suppliers of your protectorate. Interesting. Lorkai. Such intriguing concern for the Veribos 6 outposts. Does your house happen to own the extractioners there? Your lordship, I beg you not to interpret my words as an attempt to influence your decision in any way. You see, without Veribos 6, the manufactorums on your worlds will need to make haste to find new suppliers elsewhere and arrange for new shipments. In these troubling times, they seek the risky delays, so yes. I've already been to Cavia Gamma. The industrial world was overtaken by a cult of chaos worshippers. Drivestem pauses, mulling over the gravity of your words. Such woeful tidings. Your lordship, I assume that House Gamprak is up for official investigation. If I may remind you, they have particularly close ties to the Adeptus Mechanicus and serve as patrons of Cavia Gamma. Not to speak in the defense of criminals, your lordship, but from where I stand, the outbreak of heresy on Cavia Gamma could hardly be perpetrated by a noble family who stands to lose the majority of their wealth. We won't wait for the investigation, see to it that punitive measures are taken against House Gamprek. I doubt that Gamprek had anything to do with this incident. It's too early to draw any conclusions. We will wait for the results of the investigation. Most reasonable, your lordship. But what of the industrial world? The world still manufactures heavy machinery, but they have nothing in common with the types of products that Gamprek are familiar with. Well, I'll be sure to notify Gamprek of Cavia Gamma's current situation. Thank you, your lordship. I have already visited the agri-world Janus. Governor Viat found herself facing a number of problems in my absence. Truly, the Viat line is one of the oldest in the Von Valancius Protectorate. If the inheritors of such well-respected blood could not handle whatever has befallen her, perhaps the situation was extraordinary indeed. You could say that, but all her worries are now behind her, and Vestenzia continues to govern the agri-worlds. I'm delighted to hear it. Many on Dragonis live in hope that food deliveries to the capital will resume. That does it for the planets and trade routes. What else? Xenos, your lordship. I don't rightly know where to begin. He rubs the bridge of his nose warily. Otherworldly beasts are not uncommon sights in the Coronis expanse. They have been a menace to the worlds on this side of the Maw for decades. But now those abominations are on the rampage, and they show no signs of fear as they attack ships, either damaging them to the point where they become unfit for transport duty or outright gutting them. Only you have the power to stop this madness. We are in the process of restoring the astropathic choir on Dragonis. Luckily, we were forced to slay only some of the deranged psychers, although those that remain are yet unable to transmit messages. I hope that Master Scander will keep this world and will keep his word and offer you his support in the war against the Xenos. According to his reports, the region of Veribos 6 has been of particular concern in the last few cycles, which is all the more reason to discover the colony's fate as soon as possible. He's really pushing for this place. Now, to the issue on a smaller scale. There is a certain degree of tension in the capital due to the unorthodox succession of the Sacred Warrant. Chances of uprisings are minimal, of course, and the spreading of rumors is nothing but a sign of weakness of mind and spirit. Nonetheless, I have prepared a list of minor houses that have demonstrated unseemly discomposure at your succession. What is to be done about them? Command the spinners of the blood-spun web, and we will set a fine snare of retribution, Dom and Harrow. We will whisper the names. Ooh. Eliminate any prominent malcontents. Quietly. Do not threaten entire families. I care not what those hyenas are yapping about. Public purges, disgruntled nobles. Cabela, I entrust this burden to the bloodspun web. Unravel the tangles of plots and foil them. It will be done, Dom and Harrow. Let the sacrament of the hunt commence. A cold sweat breaks out on Drivestem's face. He forces a subservient smile on his face. This will bring the noble houses into line for years to come, your lordship. I love my little personal assassins. They're great. I will make them fear not only blasphemous words, but also their own shadows. And one last thing, your lordship. Your inauguration as bearer of the Sacred Warrant is a matter of time, and I would like to inquire about one crucial detail. I imagine you are intending to uphold the centuries-old tradition, bolstered by equally long-lasting friendships, of being represented on Dragonis by one of the noble houses. I presume that, as before, this duty will be accorded to House Drivestem. Okay. I will bestow this honor on the Wysarians. House Saucerback will carry out this duty. House Gamprak. One moment. Which house can represent me at the ceremony? Any of the noble houses located on Dragonis. The Drivestem family, which I lead. The Gamprak family, with long ties to the Adeptus Mechanicus. The Saucerbacks, known for their piety and diligence. And perhaps I should also mention the Wysarians, who have some influence, but who are not actually of noble origin. Any one of those houses would be honored to represent you at the ceremony. I could take it from him. There's no need to alter any traditions. The dynasty will be represented by House Drivestem. I'm curious what effect this has. I'm gonna Google this. See if I can get an answer. RogueTrader. What is it playing? Dragonis. House houses. Oh, okay. Drive sim +3 profit factor. House Gamprek gives you Mechanicus creation kit. Saucerback gives people and holy gifts. House Weissarian gives people uniforms, provisions, and fuel. I guess it's fine as it is. No need to alter things. I never doubted your lordship's decision. I can tell that the future holds a fruitful partnership for us, and prosperity for all of Dragonis. I shall immediately relay your orders, most gracious RogueTrader. May the Golden Throne illuminate your path. I would like to complete my inauguration as RogueTrader as soon as possible. When is the ceremony? I'm afraid that until you deal with pressing issues, the ceremony will have to be postponed. Many trade routes are still unavailable. The central worlds of the Von Valantius Protectorate are going through a crisis, and the warp disturbances, if void observers are to be believed, will prevent important guests from reaching the capital. Tell me about your house drive stem. Will that be all, I take it? Thank you for your time, your lordship. Since duty calls, I shall take my leave. May the Emperor's grace be with you. Ha. Well. Cassie, do you have anything to say? No. Clementia! Let's take my leave. What now? I guess this is where I look up to see what I'm forgetting. Formation, cargo, colony management. That's what we went with. Oh. Flawless servitors. Interesting. Clementia, Hendrix, Achilles, loot. Interesting. Journal. On the hunt. Establish a new colony. Oh, that should be fun. appreciate that. Oh, weapons. I'm doing pretty well as far as getting to the full bad guy. We're getting pretty far in there. I don't know what to do next. Abelard? Oh, wait, there was a guy who's supposed to be right next to my quarters who would give me anything. Is it this dude? Okay. I'm missing something. But I genuinely don't know what it is. What am I missing? It must be something fairly obvious. I'm on Dragonis. I'm not sure why I can't do my thing. Go outside. Cabela's over there. Oh. Jay. Cabela. Okay. I guess I just leave. All right. Return to the ship. Okay. Terrible news from Dragonis, Lord Captain. A subsidiary hive city has been destroyed in a series of cascading failures. Production has halted, and millions of people have broken their vows of obedience and are fleeing. Many of them are perishing in the wastelands and overloading the transportation lines leading to the neighboring hives. The surrounding residential sectors are becoming increasingly agitated by the influx of refugees. What is your directive regarding the distribution of these refugees? What is it that caused the catastrophe? It is unclear. The noble houses are casting blame on one another. Agent of the esteemed Achilles Skandar stationed there died heroically while trying to save the population from the disaster. Their final reports mention some vulnerabilities in the industrial sector. Interesting. What say my advisors? The death of Achilles' agents troubles me. It may not be a coincidence. Until the deaths of some disaster can be concretely established, I would avoid letting refugees into other hives. There may be some saboteurs among them. I recommend setting up prohibitive cordons while the refugees can be contained in the wastelands between hives. The Emperor forbids us from facing often cruel strokes of faith with dignity. The noble houses are trying to wash their hands of this. How predictable. And yet it is their duty to see that the planet meets its tithe obligation and brings glory and revenue to the treasury in your absence. Let the aristocrats see to the refugees and not stop until every last one of them has been put to work. Remind the noble houses of their duties. Okay. Administratum, palace, throne room. Okay. Establish a new hive. Palace Ecusium. Emporium. Ooh, that's a good one. So restoration gives me provisions, lowers profit factor, increases just about everything. This increase profit factor and complacency and people. This one increases profit factor, gives me a whole lot of stuff. Route cost. We'll do restoration. Although I feel like I should have probably done this. Ah, well, it's fine. Am I good to finally, like, go through with my... If I click this, where would I go? Eldari survivors. I have to go to Veribos. Oh, new places too. We gotta go there. We gotta go over here. Guess we'll go here first. The tech priests report a brief malfunction in the Gellerfield generator that left the vessel exposed to the warp for a brief second. According to the enforcers reporting, something did manage to get on board the ship prowling through the dark corridors in Loading Bay 5. Ignore the reports and resume the voyage. The crew remains in a gasp of terror until the vessel finally left the warp. Each night, the lurking beast would claim a few lives of a few dozen people, sometimes from entirely different decks. The crew is distressed by the loss of their friends. It's fine. It's not a big deal, guys. Come on. Put some hair on your chest. Ooh. After analyzing the auger data, the officers were just surprised to discover that the planet was once covered with oceans. Long ago, an unknown cataclysm caused the seas to dry out and turn the world into a lifeless desert. The most amazing discovery of all was the skeletal remains of colossal oceanic organisms, some large enough to be seen from orbit. Life is fragile. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Scan. Scan. I don't know where I got these extractors from, but I'm gonna use them. Oh, I'm gonna use them. Mechanisms, huh? Alright, what's the pilgrim doing here? Wait. Ask the pilgrims why they need Phlogiston. Phlogiston is part of parcel aspects. Propose a deal. Valuable information in exchange for Phlogiston. Farewell. It is tempting to attack, but ultimately pointless. Alright. Chart your routes. Nothing. Deadly! Oh, interesting. That costs 3. Oh. Disaster. Bizarre warp sorcery has linked a demon, one that has breached the Geller field, to one of the Voidsmen from the Macro Cannon crew. A former faithful servant of the Emperor has now become a heretic preacher, gathering flocks of those bewitched by the archenemy. This madness must be brought to an end. Huh. The rogue trader and his retinue will personally go to face down these contemptible Xenos. Blessed by the holy gifts of the Emperor's loyal servants, will battle these enemies without fear. The demon engine. Oh, having the demon engine is so nice. You just go, demon Demon engine, go deal with this. I have no time. I like the demon engine a lot. Scan. Yes. Send the shuttle. Not that we even need more plasteel. But the phlogiston, I appreciate. Ooh. We're gonna wait on that. We're gonna hit the pirates and then this before we lock it in. I have a feeling I'm gonna need a lot of that phlogiston. Just like in general.
All stations, report when manned and ready.
Alright, Abelard.
Let the incandescent beams scorch our enemies.
Okay.
Unleash the storm of
Bang, bang, bang. Increase range. You're definitely in range now.
My enemies.
Surprisingly shitty shot. Take the shot here. Take the shot there. Bang, bang, bang. Imperium Storm. Can't do. But I can do this. We're just gonna go whoop. Blast. Bang, bang, bang. And then also here, bang, bang, bang.
Annihilate them.
Bang, bang, bang.
Storm of micro cannons. Steer us to our target.
They are gonna die.
Chart a course.
Can I laser him? Oh, I'm so close. Is there a range increase? Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Send them into the cold
Boom.
void.
That's a nice shot. I feel good about that one. I really killed the hell out of those people. Scan! Okay. We'll go ahead and we'll secure the food. We probably don't need to. Out of everything, we got a shitload of food, but... More stuff is more stuff. Speaking of... We have a little bit more profit factor. It's fine. Colony management. Can't do any of these yet. Caveat Gamma. We could do some. We can't do this one. Interesting. Mag trains, giants. Ooh. I like that. Draconis. Genetic mercy, decree of rationality. I need more reputation with the Calabastic mission. Crimson Haze. Filth of the Expanse. A lot of rep with the Fellowship of the Void. Shield of the Emperor. Shitload with that. Doctrine of Rationality. Decree of Diligence. Sordid Good. Genetic Mercy. Do Genetic Mercy. Oh, okay, so I can't do that because I'll lose it, but I need Calabastic mission rep. Speaking of, I should probably chart new routes. Before I do that, though, I'm going to go back to the bridge. I need to do some trading. I really need to improve my reputation with the Calabastic mission. I gotta be evil. That's the trick. I gotta get in their favor. It's very important that I do this. I gotta let them know I'm chilling. I'm hip to it. I'm evil like the rest of the kids. I know what's up. Where's the training? Calabastic mission. Hey. We're gonna buy some of that. We are going to sell literally everything. We'll also get this. Do I have enough rep with you yet? I have a lot of rep with you, but not nearly enough, it would seem. Needle pistol is cool. I don't need half of this shit, but we'll buy it. No point in not buying some of it. Like I'm super rich. There's like literally no reason not to. Okay. Janus. Do I have enough now? Dark Sages. How much reputation expenses? Blocks that. Reputation with the Calabastic mission. I need more. Interesting. I really want this one. So, I guess it is what it is. We'll have to get more a reputation with the Calabastic mission. Just have to get more shit. Really low on mechanisms. Trust in the navigator's talent. Oh. Visit. So this is where Vtuber left some shit, and wow. All right, we're fighting Drakari. I have a feeling we'll be fine. I mean,
I can see crimson lights in the void.
ooh, they blocked some of our stuff. Interesting. Ships look funky. So is there only two I'm fighting? Looks like it.
Let the incandescent beam scorch our enemies. Emblazon our path. Macro cannons,
Bang, bang, bang.
annihilate them. Let destruction pour forth. Steer us to our target.
And then
Macro cannons, annihilate them. Chart a course.
okay. I really like to brawl. Ooh, freaky. Ship is fast as fuck. New heading.
Let the Empyrean guide us.
Meow.
Unleash
Bang,
the
bang, bang.
storm of macro cannons.
Wow. We got this though.
Macro cannons,
Bang, bang, bang.
annihilate them. Steer us to our target.
Bang, bang, bang.
Unleash the storm of macro cannons.
No one can outmaneuver House Constellio.
Let the Empyrean guide us.
There is one more ship. there's two. I didn't even see these ones.
Steer us to our target.
Take the shot.
Send them into the cold void.
Do a little warp jump. Okay. Ooh. I'm gonna shoot there.
Instruction 4-4.
And then this one. Nope. God, how many of these fucking things do I have to fight?
Emblazon our path.
It's a lot of these fucking things. Take the shot.
Incandescent beams scorch our enemies.
Okay. I hit him a little bit there. Bit of an ouchie. At least that fire looks like it's gonna do some work. Bang, bang, bang. I like how it kind of curves. It's very fitting for the Drukhari. Did another one just appear? Jesus. How many of these fucking things do I gotta kill? Alright. Take the shot.
Annihilate them.
I have new heading, right? Yeah. We're just gonna whoop. Take the shot.
Obliterate them. Unleash our
Bang,
wrath
bang,
on
bang.
my enemies. Unleash the storm of necrocannons.
And then warp wave. That doesn't help me. Okay. Yeah, that ship's gonna burn up, so I'm just gonna not even bother shooting it. It is so maneuverable though that it can just hit me, which is annoying, but understandable. Alright, so I don't need to worry about that ship anymore. That ship I do need to worry about. I think there's another ship too. Interesting choice. You kind of just did a loop, huh? There's the other ship. Is it close enough to shoot me? It can. Yeah, we're gonna have to heal after this. Oh my god, another one.
Let destruction pour forth.
Yeah, silver lining there.
Unleash the storm
Bang, bang,
of
bang.
macro cannons. Chart a course.
Okay.
Let the incandescent beam
Take the
scorch
shot.
our enemies. Let
Bang,
destruction
bang, bang.
pour forth.
Take the shot again.
Annihilate them.
We are really taking a beating. This is a prolonged fight. They keep spawning. Do you have to kill like all three in quick succession or something? Like how many do I have to kill?
The vessel begs for our aid.
I don't have that. Well, most I can do is ram. I can do a swing run.
Steer us to our target.
It's better than nothing. I'll take this shot there.
Send them into a cold void.
I mean, if I got there...
Let the Empyrean guide us.
Let's see. And yeah, it's got enough range to get that close.
The whispers
Ooh.
grow louder. We
At
approach
least that one's
oblivion.
gonna die. That one, not so much. Ooh, we're not looking good. Damn. That's crazy. I went into that full health. It just kept spawning ships. Fuck. I wonder if there was a trick to that fight. And maybe I just missed it.
Eviscerate them. Chart a course. Unleash our wrath upon my enemies. Let destruction pour forth. Unleash the storm of macro cannons.
Interesting.
Steer us to our target.
These really are fast as fuck.
Let the Imperium guide us.
Ten rounds left.
Steer us to our target.
Am I trying to survive? Is that actually what's happening here? Or is that counting down the amount of rounds I have left till I get my stations back? Swing run.
Let the Imperium guide us. Send them into the cold void.
Okay. I think I finally made enough distance where I can kind of use this to my advantage. Maybe not. You're still way more maneuverable than me. You end up behind me every time, which is unbelievably annoying. And another one on cloaks. 8 rounds left. Is it just, am I in a survive state now, or?
Steer us to our target.
I think I must be.
Eviscerate them. Macro cannon. Annihilate them.
Take the
Unleash
shot.
your wrath upon my enemies. Macro cannon. Annihilate them.
Okay. Man, I don't know. This is a tough fight. It's like, it's not like I can't destroy these things, it's just they keep coming. I wish I could fight them all at once. Here's the new one. Four enemies. 7 rounds left. Okay, that implies that there is in fact a limit. We're gonna do new heading.
Charter
We're
course.
gonna go here.
Send them into the cold void.
Nice shot.
Let destruction pour forth.
Bang, bang, bang. Should hit them still.
Unleash the storm of microcannons.
That cloak is annoying. Okay. That one's gonna blow up on its own. It's still gonna do its best to hurt me. And of course, it will hurt me. It says 6 rounds left, so I think it is a survival thing.
Emblazon our path. Let
Shot.
destruction pour forth. Eviscerate them. Unleash the storm of macrocannons. Steer us
This is
to
on
our
fire,
target.
that's on fire.
Unleash
Bang,
our
bang,
wrath
bang.
upon my enemies.
I got lucky. Okay. Yeah, it's rough. I wish it was clearer where they stood.
Let destruction pour forth.
Okay.
Let the incandescent beams scorch our enemies.
Okay. Meant to do vulnerability scan. You will. We are limiting the amount that are fighting us now. We're doing a really good job of it. Okay. Can we do new heading? We can. Which is good, because I need it.
Send them into a cold void. Macro cannons, annihilate them.
Okay, wow.
Unleash our wrath upon my enemies.
Okay, that's something. It will just turn it. It's better than nothing. Yeah, you're just gonna do a big old loop-de-loop because you can. Drakari! I'm not gonna be holding out too well.
Don't let the void take us all.
We're just gonna go, just zooming away. They're still gonna catch up because they're that fast, but I think we will avoid the main range. Yeah, so we'll only be able to hit with that, which is still a lot more damage than I want to take. But it's less.
Emblazon our path.
Do a warp jump, get even further. Strafe jump over here.
Shields low. We must recover them.
Okay. Rounds left 1.
Chart a course.
I think we got this. We'll see. Okay, let's try it. A lot closer than I want. Is that enough? Did we make it? Ooh, we're live. Ooh.
They pale before our mastery of the void.
God's Bane Lance. That was a lot. Oh, that took the entire... Okay, thank God. I almost had a goddamn stroke. Oh my god, that was a lot. That was a lot. Wow. Okay, let's do some part picking. So we have a Jovian Drive 2. What are other options? Additional movement points when ramming. Low acceleration and braking. Strong acceleration and braking. More movement. More maneuverability. I think I want that. We're gonna have the compound. Yeah, I want that. Yeah, this is better. Prow weapons. I have this lance, but I think the Mezzoa lance. I do have torpedo tubes. Prow battery. I just got this, which I believe is just a better lance. The Sun Hammer. Mars Prow's battery. It's macro cannon, 4 shots, 14 damage. I mean, I haven't been impressed with these so far, but I kind of want to try them. We'll try it. I like the mortar. God's Bane Lance. Starbreaker Lance. God's Bane Lance sounds cool. We'll equip that. Stygius Patter, 4 shots, 21 damage each. Worse. 33 damage per shot. Okay. What's the other one? The Howler. I like the Howler. Let's try the Hecator. Hold on. 3 times 3 is 99. 4 times 21 is 80. Yeah, this is better. Okay. Interceptor. I like the bomber. In deck. I want to try it out. Okay. Let's check this planet out. Flamers. A bunch of cargo. Don't have any extractors. Oh. Getting a lot of those pieces. Scan the asteroid. More plasteel. I have plasteel coming out the ass. Okay. The scouting team sent to the colony world returns with a decrepit, shaggy, foul-smelling vagrant in tow. The old man hastens towards the enforcers as soon as he saw the dynasty's colors and implored them to take him to Master Vtuber or Lady Theodora. Question the vagrant. During his interrogation, the old man says he is a loyal servant of House von Valancius. 4 decades ago, he was sent on an important mission to the system by the Masters of Whispers Voice Sphere. It took him 20 years to complete the mission. Oh, Fumbles TV, thank you so much for following. I really appreciate it. Thank you for following. We appreciate that. It took him 20 years to complete the mission. He spent the next 20 years waiting for his master to collect him. The vagrant was an ambitious young spy when he left the ship, and coming aboard again has made him very emotional. Fumbles. I appreciate the dancing emotes. They're always welcome here. Check the vagrant for evidence of treason. The investigation has found no wrongdoing the old man could be held accountable for. His body bears no signs of worship of the archenemy, and he has confessed to no crime and seems quite shocked at the news of Lady Theodora's death and Vtuber's treachery. The harsh interrogation techniques have taken an almost fatal toll on his failing health, yet forced or no admission of guilt from him. How's Warhammer? Warhammer's great, as always. It's, I am a huge fan of this game in particular. I love how well it gets Warhammer right. And also, it's nice to visit the game version of the tabletop RPG you used to play. It's really cool. I'm loving it. The Heretic run is wild. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Establish the nature of his mission. The vagrant only agrees to share the details of his assignment with the RogueTrader himself. If his claims are to be believed, he was sent to recover documentary evidence of House Winterscale's debt liabilities to House von Valancius. Those priceless papers he had been stolen by hired agents of the cold trade of the Caligos Winterscale's orders. However, instead of being destroyed as he wanted them to be, they were hidden away for the purpose of blackmail. Oh, interesting. The old man describes a long journey full of perilous adventure that eventually brought him into possession of the documents, which he then proudly presents to you. Astonishingly enough, the papers turn out to be genuine. +3 profit factor. Okay, I'll take it. Hey! Lavish riches. Oh, another follower. Thank you so much, Squid Fantastic. I appreciate that. A lot of followers today. I'm very happy with that. Okay, so what do we want to do? Do we want to lavish riches upon the faithful servant and bestow some unchallenging yet honorable duty upon him? Promote the dynasty's loyal servant and assign him to an important position? Terminate him or leave the vagrant? Promote the dynasty's loyal servant and assign him an important position. The beaming old man has joined the ship's enforcers in order to teach younger soldiers lessons in fortitude and unshakable loyalty. That's pretty cool. I'm into it. All right, let's see what these Yanari are. I never know how to say this. Let's see what they're doing here. The Augur crew picks up a heavily damaged Xenos void ship among the countless rocked masses of the asteroid belt. The Eldari vessel beyond a doubt, according to the von Valancius archives. Around 100 years ago standard, the Imperial Navy set up a barrier in the system against pirates and the enemies of humanity. Countless primed mines are still scattered amongst the wreckage. Interesting. The Voxmaster manages to tune the ship's systems to an unconventional frequency, and the bridge suddenly fills with chime-like xeno voices. Drawn out and mournful, they sing in an unknown tongue, and every officer on the bridge can sense that this is a dirge. Ooh, they're singing for the fallen. Answering the call, Eurolette jumps to the cogitator, startling the officers on the bridge with her sudden jolt. In the hopes of understanding the monkey technology and figuring out how to help her kin, the Eldari runs in circles around blinking void screens, but the mystery of the machine god eludes the Xenos. Then she turns to the Lord Captain powerless. She doesn't know how to use a computer because she's an Eldar. That's really funny, actually. Monkey, I don't know how to use the computer. That's really funny. Eurolette is asking the Eltenac to help her kin who have found themselves trapped in the snares of fate. The Eldari are Envil? I don't even know how to say that word. And weak, and their song is a cry of despair. A cry that is fading. Okay, we have a lot of options here. The RogueTrader orders his officers to establish communications. The Lord Captain inquires about the state of the vessel. Logistics officers are ordered to plot a course to rescue the vessel. Saving the Xenos is impossible. Let's do this logic one. Okay, let's establish communication. They don't respond. Inquire about the state of the vessel. The Eldari's vessel hulls and engine are presumably damaged. Interesting. The Lord Captain orders the servants of the machine call to prepare a plan for clearing the minefield without harming the Xenos ships. Harold von Valencia sends a shuttle with an expert pilot in hopes of... We'll do the first one. After several hours pass on the ship's clock, the servants of the Omnissiah present a plan for neutralization of the ancient mines. Ballistic tests succeeded. The success of the operation is assessed as extremely probable. Oh, okay. The Lord Captain gives the order to clear a path to the vessel designating the mines indicated by the tech priests. On the Lord Captain's command, the ship's cannons fire several powerful salvos. As soon as each shot reaches their mark, a cascade of soundless explosions erupt within the asteroid field and spiral around the Eldari vessel. Once the explosions quiet down and the shards of asteroid space debris and void mines dissolve in the darkness of the void, a rescue team sets off towards the miraculously intact Xenos ship. However, when the shuttle reaches the Xenos ship, the rescue team's report catches the bridge off guard. The vessel's starboard side has been breached by the macro weapons of an unknown Imperial void ship. There are no survivors. Shielding her eyes, Eurolette closes them and clutches the spirit stone at her breast. Coming to, the Eldari does not speak for a time. With notes of sadness in her voice, carefully picking her words, she concedes that the Eltenac did all they could do to save her kin, and yet it is the monkey who are responsible for the loss of the Eldari void ships. Saddened by the pain and hatred of humans have wrought upon her kind, Eurolette quietly leaves the bridge. Sometimes it's simply impossible to outrun fate. Unfortunate. Ooh, we got some cool stuff. Okay. Where are we right now? So we are here. I still wasn't able to explore those. Or here. Or here. So we'll jump here. Urgent reports. Oh, shit. Okay. Lord Captain, urgent report. We've received an astropathic message from Regent Aranto Orselio. The navigators are concerned about the fate of Cassia, who disappeared from Urac 5. The Regent is requesting an update on her current status, and he has also inquired about the possibility of a personal meeting to negotiate and to arrange the return of the Lady Navigator to her house. The psycho-emotional coding of the received message betrays acute concern, but it also contains something that the astropaths have failed to put into words. If you'll excuse my forthrightness, I feel it necessary to tell House Orselio the truth. Otherwise, a conflict with the Navis Nobilite is possible, which, given the state of the Coron's expanse, will only play into the hands of the enemies of the Imperium. How did House Orselio learn that I have Cassia? I wish I knew, Lord Captain. It is troubling indeed. Perhaps we have a spy on board, or Regent Arnantio is bluffing. In either case, I believe we should respond. Navigators are extremely powerful and useful allies to have. Tell House Orselio that Cassia is safe and that the RogueTrader would be honored to meet them in person. Lie. Yeah, we'll say. I'll see to it, Lord Captain. The astropaths will transmit your consent. Representatives of House Orselio will be awaiting for you on the capital world of Dragonis. Receiving members of the Navis Nobilite is always a delicate matter. Please make sure to discuss the details of this meeting with your Chancellor upon arrival. An auxiliary generator chamber on the artillery deck has overgrown with thick stems of some thorny plant. The voidsmen report that the vegetation's throbbing and sighing, and when they tried to lop off an offshoot, the cut started oozing a disgusting pus. Some officers claim to have heard someone trapped among the thorns. Desperate weeping of a woman's voice. Okay, some Nurgle stuff. Seal off the chamber. Yeah, there's some Nurgle fuckery going on there. Not about to mess with that. Okay. Ooh, more Drukhari. Lord Captain, we have cross-referenced the key characteristics of the system with our astronautical chart data. The planet Veribos 6 is located here. The problem is the augurs detect an unusual change in the atmosphere, unlike a massive release of toxins. It appears that something unfortunate has happened to the planet and the underground storage facilities. It is impossible to land safely on the planet. Just now, unknown ships are cruising into the system. No need for any cog to analyze it. I can decipher this telemetry easily. Xenos, the armory and artillery crews are standing by. Okay, some more Drukhari. Slightly annoying, but I think I can win this time. We're actually going to do a quick little repair. After that last thing with the Drukhari, honestly, I am like, I'd rather be at full health when I fight them than missing like literally any health. It's just not worth it. This planet can barely sustain life, and yet searches discover a long-lost Imperial colony, one that was cut off from the rest of the galaxy centuries ago. The colonists live in conditions worse than any Underhive, yet they still venerate the God Emperor and gladly welcome their visitors. The Lord Captain receives an invitation from the local ruler, Archqueen Princess Domina. Oh, yeah, sure. The ruler meets with the Lord Captain in a shack considered to be a palace by the people here. The Archqueen's unusual crown is made out of metal coils, likely part of an ancient device for boiling water. The guests are served the finest delicacies the colony can provide. The Archqueen praises the visitors in a mangled low Gothic and calls the Lord Captain her dear brother. At the end of the audience, gifts are presented to the guests, and the Archqueen's ministers delicately remark that the best possible gift the Lord Captain and his crew could provide would be replenishment of the colony's meager gene pool. The Lord Captain gives the order to canvass the lower decks for volunteers. The most ruggedly handsome among them will be sent to the Archqueen's court, among other gifts. The Lord Captain sends the most ruggedly handsome volunteers to the Archqueen's court. A prank-loving scout named Vesti is among them. We'll do this one. Interesting. Okay. All right. It's time for the fight. Let's go. Come on. Let's go, Xenos. Let's go, Drukari. Come on. This is going to be a hell of a fight. I already know. Hopefully it won't be as intense as that last one.
This void ship will not be defeated.
Explosive nebula. Okay, we got much bigger ships. Last hated frigate. Okay.
Let the incandescent beam scorch our enemies.
God's Bane Lance.
Eviscerate them. Unleash torment.
Fire torpedoes. Jump there. And then take the shot.
Annihilate them.
Oh, nice hit. Okay, feeling good about that. That's a lot of shots. Interesting. That's not a super safe place to be, but okay, wow, yeah, I'm not. Maybe it is a safe place to be. Okay. We're gonna go here. I have a feeling about that. I think that's gonna pay off.
Let the Empyrean guide us.
Okay.
Send them into the cold void.
We're just gonna take the shot.
Another enemy sunken
Nice
by the
hit.
void.
Okay. Okay. Two. Just outside of my range. Unless I hop this way. Nah, that's not gonna work. Okay. This one's a bit stronger than the other ships I was fighting before. New heading? Perfect. Okay. Take the shot. More torpedoes. And bam. I didn't even need the torpedoes. Starting to wonder about those torpedoes, if they're worth it. Didn't really get a whole lot of use out of them there. I really thought I would. Okay, so this colony is apparently all sorts of fucked up right now. Swift and merciless, the retribution is a proper fate for many transgressors, but the Imperium permits using the convicts for hard labor on distant prison worlds like Veribos 6 to atone for the crimes before mankind. Hundreds of thousands of rogues and lowlifes toil in the mines of the Von Valencia's protectorate until death from exhaustion or some other unfortunate accident claims their forsaken souls. Okay. Oh, I have a level up waiting. Pits of Veribos 6. Interesting. I should probably do that level up. Okay, weapon skill, toughness, ballistic skill, fellowship, agility. We're gonna go with ballistic skill. Medicae, lore Imperium, lore warp. Probably awareness. Agility, no willpower. Tick use, lore warp. Ooh, this is a good question. Probably fellowship. It gets used for you later. Lore warp. And then you, lore Imperium. Logic, your logic should be increased. Fellowship, perception, willpower, weapon skill. Cabela. We're gonna go with strength and Medicae.
Today, the first link will pull the others along with it, and soon the chain will tighten around the neck. But whose? No, I can't see.
Huh. Real pleasant place this is. And chaos corruption. Okay. That's Drukari. The tall, lithe Xenos moves with the grace of an otherworldly predator. The creature gives you a dispassionate glance and casually speaks a few words that are immediately picked up by your elucidator. Mercatus Elithith. What is this? One of the sisters found an amusing trinket. It in the ruins and saved it as a special treat for the Archon. The Xenos take a quick look over her shoulder towards the platform where a few more silhouettes of tar black armor can be seen. Okay. It's Drukhari time! Freak-ass elves, freak-ass space elves. By whose leave are you playing Lord of my world? It seems it is I who is in for a treat. I cannot even begin to fathom where my subjects found such exotic beasts and talking ones at that. By whose leaves are you playing lords on my world? The Xenos eyes light up with interest. The monkey understands my speech. Where did you come by a device that can translate our language? Are you trying to impress me by appearing useful? Such words will earn you a bout in the ring at most, without weapons, and soon without your skin. Adira spits on the ground. If I'd been the one holding the device, she and I would have had words. I'd make sure the stuck-up bitch knew exactly what I think of her. The humans scattered around you on the platform stare as if they've seen a ghost. The eyes of some betray their fear, others glance with bestial hatred, and yet more look upon you with hope. Who are you? Taraza. Tazaraya. Tazara. We'll just go with Tazara. My name is known to everyone on this planet, Monkey. I am Tazara the Deliverer, Tazara the Benevolent, and one who grants respite from the choking grasp of this world. I decide who lives, who dies, and who finds new purpose for their existence in Kamarog's many arenas. Surely this is why you have come, to fight for my ever-changing favor and for the privilege to be the first to be chained. I presume the toxic atmosphere is your doing? It could be, or perhaps my mere presence is enough to make the base creatures like yourselves forget how to breathe? Tazara lets out a nasty chuckle. Are you really surprised that happened? You wove the net right under your own feet. We merely knocked out the pin that drew it closed tight around you. A couple of volleys at the seals on the underground well, and the planet, the one that you had turned inside out, did the rest. Pascal, I hereby declare you Category 3 blasphemer for tampering with the sacred production cycle. And your brethren finished what the planet started. Oh, how they strived to please me and my entourage. How they slaughtered and tortured their own kin for mine and my sister's delight. How they decorated this little arena with their still living monkey. Did you think all that you see before you was the work of our hands? Think again. Address the arena fighters. How could you stoop to this? Killing one another for the amusement of humanity's enemies. I am the RogueTrader, the Emperor's anointed humanity in your doom. You ravaged the planet, wiped out millions of people, made those who survived bend the knee. You will pay for this. A small group of Xenos who neutralized the planetary defenses and managed to ruin an entire world? Impressive. How much would it cost to hire you? The presumption, the stupidity. You have nothing that could satisfy me, Monkey. From the dusk behind Taraza's eyes comes a cry. A distance between you and the Xenos is too great. The elucidator to interpret the words, but the tone alone speaks of irritation and impudence. Interesting. Taraza raises her blade and points it at you. Tell the other monkey that whoever slits your throat will depart for their new home ahead of schedule, and tell them to hold nothing back. Tonight they dance for Ymira's herself, and the great archon of the Cabal of the Reaving Tempest. tell her she's not gonna like what she's about to see.
Your existence is naught but
We probably
ashes
could have gotten
turned
the
to cold
humans on my
stars.
side. It's more fun to kill them though. We've been ambushed! Oh! Okay. Operator. Hit that one.
Be
I'm
careful
just gonna
not to
run on
cross
over
my
here.
gaze. I
And
am a navigator,
bam.
not a sailor. Race, at least. I'm not accustomed
Bam.
to being ordered with a bow painted black.
Increase Harrow. That's a lot of combat stems. Alright.
My soul hunger.
Ooh, she's neat. Oh no, she's just actress.
Don't frighten me.
I am your blade and shield.
Blade dance.
My blade whispers your name.
Acrobatic artistry.
Is a blessing.
And then she runs all the way back here. Gladiator, witch, gunslinger.
The ruin beckons. A work for a flesh crafter. Whispers, guide my hand. Let me educate you on the art of pain.
Cassia, if you would be so kind as to take a
Purpose
turn.
guides me.
I have read tomes of military tactics. Isn't this a job for the serfs? Clad in scarlet.
There we go.
In the name of House Orselio,
Arrow.
I shall prevail.
One step, a love-soaked tribute. I will try.
I'm bored with this farce, Taraza. Who rules this arena? You or the monkey? Mazariah! It's him! It's the freak! It's the guy! I can get him as a companion. Immolate.
I need no guidance. I
I'll
will
just let you
triumph.
stay on fire. Is gonna buff the shit out of ourselves.
Was that
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
But of course.
Perfect spot.
Be gone.
Nice.
Let's get to it.
Abelard.
Someone else can do this. My place is at the fore.
Okay. We're gonna do all our buffs.
I will do my duty. At your beck and call. Victory is imminent. That's not the Seneschal's job.
Ow.
Deliver us! Step aside.
Okay.
The navigator is coming. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. I am a navigator. Duty demands. Isn't this
Yell
a
at
job for the
Pascal.
serfs?
Pascal, please take a turn. And then Pascal, can you just please kill that person? Thank you. Oh, there's one more witch. Nope. They're just taking a lot of combat stems, I noticed. I'm not sure they can do more than that, though. Kind of sure that they're glitched out a little bit here. That's definitely not what I think it was supposed to do.
Fortunate turn of fate.
Let's seize the opportunity.
This is definitely a little weird. It's like, he's just shooting up drugs while the rest of us fight to the death, which I guess is sort of Drukhari behavior, you know, in its own way. It definitely wasn't not Drukhari behavior. Just a little unconventional, that's all.
The
Did that
world
do
will
it?
bow.
Can I go anywhere? Do I just return to the void ship at this point? Yeah, I think that's it. I think I just leave. It says skill check name, which I'm realizing is not what it's supposed to say.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
Alright. Well. Punish the... okay, oh, I have this place now. Punish the Thinkers. Veribos needs new convicts. Drushians. Punish the Outsiders. Punishment by calculation. Punish the outsiders. Execute. Okay. Well, I saw Mazarai, so that's pretty cool. Dragonus. Blocks sordid goods. Fellowship of the Void. Decree of Diligence. Shield of the Emperor. What's the requirement for this? You need a lot of reputation. Is greater to or equal then? Heretical adherent. We're gonna do that one. We're gonna do mag trains. Woo! We can't do dark sages, even though I really want to. Monstrous servants. That's interesting. Well, I'll wait for a Xenos defense. All right. Well, that is there. I got a little bit of a taste of what's going on with the Drukhari, which I appreciate. New routes. Give me there. Really? Charter route deadly. Is that the only way to get there? Is you have to spend a thing? Ooh. Yeah, Demon Engine. The thing is the best. Visit. Scan. I have 10 extractums. Yeah, I'll do it. Very happy about that.
I tread
Let
a
us see
path
what I found.
unexplored.
Ah. No.
The premonition runs true.
What are they? They're in the walls, above us, under the floor. They're scratching at my skull. They want to disembowel me, to wear my skin.
Oh,
I hear
great.
whispers, but not from him. Something is sleeping in the darkness, or is pretending to.
Interesting.
That wasn't so difficult.
Justice be ordained.
Oh, we love it when the colony is nice and fucked up. Open up.
Experience? Nothing matters more.
Is that sand? I think so.
How fascinating.
This is interesting. Oh, there's a guy here. Hunched over the Voxcaster, the hooded man mutters monotonously, but emphatically into the machine as he rocks slightly to and fro. In the light of distant stars, our emperor progenitor wanders warily. With thoughts and visions of us, he sends us particles of his light. Though his body suffers, his mind lingers on us. Let us therefore nourish him with the light of our souls, with our prayers, and with our faith. Observe silently. The man falls abruptly silent as though sensing your presence. Then he says, "And here comes the afflicted. Welcome to the abode of the nourishers." 3 sorrowful phalanges point to the way the Emperor Progenitor. I'm glad to have chosen. Oh, he's a gene stealer. Who are you? I am Lecto Nourisher. I am the afflicted. I am he who speaks out to our progenitor. This ship belongs to me. Abominations that looked exactly like you tried to take over my ship. I killed them all. The man does not look surprised. Though I had not known them before, the Emperor Progenitor brought me to the echoes of their deaths, and I image your image. Am I to understand that this is a trap? Indeed, afflicted one. You have nowhere to run.
I will end your heresy!
Gene stealers. You hear a clanging echo growing louder in the empty modules, like hundreds of clawed limbs striking bulkheads and grabbing onto bars. Whoever is advancing on you, there are lots of them. You ought to run for your life before they trap you in this crammed Vox cabin. Contact this ship. They're flooding the air. There's psychic whispers. There's so many of them. Plan your retreat. We've got to go. Gene stealers!
You were but a fleeting flame before my tempest.
my god, that did so much damage.
Death comes in silence. Trust me. Blade whispers your name. As
Blade
honor
dance.
ordains.
The price for your folly will be steep.
Me? If you insist, Lord
Okay.
Captain. If I may. Me?
And then him.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Ruin beckons.
There's another one.
I'll paint your death in colors.
One step
Take a
closer.
shot.
I
Take
will
another shot.
triumph. I need no guidance. Ravage and conquer. Purpose
Take a
guides
shot.
me.
And then dash.
At your beck and call.
Your efforts amuse me.
Take a run. Take the shot.
Request approved.
A
Bella.
dance of blades and shadows. Emperor, give me strength.
Okay. Should have enough to hit him with this.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
And one more shot. Yeah, we really gotta fight our way through these, huh?
I'm afraid not.
Yell at
I am a
Avalar.
navigator, not a servitor. Me?
Avalar, take an extra turn.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
It will be done. At your beck and call.
Run on over here.
One
the
step
shot.
closer. There is no mercy found in my heart. Accept my offering.
Yep.
I will triumph. Not a satisfying demise. Intriguing.
Let's get the fuck out of here. Yes, I don't want more gene stealers. Okay. Ooh. This is a nice world. A small planet gently wrapped in amber forest greets you with a ruby-colored dawn. Basil von der Kellerich The local governor gives the rogue trader a warm welcome. After several glasses of Dassanine, the sweltering ruler asks Harrow if the Von Valancius would like to keep him company during the upcoming hunt. Sure. After several hours of riding the local peculiar animals, you make camp in the middle of a golden forest. Basil von dem Kalier, or Kleek? I don't know. Basil points at the sky. A flat disc rises over the horizon, constantly morphing its color and shape. The forest grows silent and empty, and you can no longer hear the singing of birds or even the rustle of wind. The governor nods with satisfaction, and a few shapes step into the clearing. Their bodies are twisted by an unknown phenomenon, and you watch the freaks with astonishment as they begin to dance to the throaty crackling of their brethren, turning the bony, gross, and pulsating flesh of their scaly hands towards the unnatural thing in the sky. Ask the governor what's going on. The governor smiles coyly. You are about to see with your own eyes what is happening here. Watch in silence. The hypnotic dance seems to continue forever. The unfortunate creatures howl, whine, and convulse, unable to tear their bleeding eyes from the celestial body. When the Pavonine disc outshone even the light of the local star, the physical shells of the things that used to be men burst, releasing beasts unto the plains that are not even the most fluent and capable pen could describe. Basil excitedly explains that the creatures you saw are the children of the great king of distortion. It is he who is the true god and patron of these fertile grounds. Once every cycle, his chariot shines its light upon the world and bestows transformations among his most ardent followers. The rogue trader may become one of his heralds. Express a desire to become the herald of the king of distortion. The governor practically shrieks with delight, and more eyes open on his hands and neck to give you a closer look. You must speak with the god in the chariot himself and surrender to him whatever you value most in life. Order the crew that chart a course to an anomaly known as the King of Distortion. The senior officers observe suspicious activity emanating from the twisted celestial body at the heart of the system. The chaplain advises you to get ready for a potential encounter with the spawn of the archenemy, so it may be wise to reconsider unless you have holy relics and sacred wards. A flame with a plethora of color and distorted celestial disc trembles slightly beyond the endless window of the captain's bridge as the Von Valancius ship approaches its center. An otherworldly voice, cold and enveloping, enters your mind. What could this puny wretch possibly offer a king? The officers on the bridge look around, perplexed, their eyes full of terror and confusion. Many clutch their heads and let out howls of pain. Some empty their stomachs, but most pale and exhaust what they have. Interesting. Ask who you are talking to. Command the entity to release the minds of the Amber Worlders from their grip. Say you wish to become a herald of the King of Distortion. The king is intrigued. Never before has a mortal sought to attain his divine blessing. All you have to do to claim ownership of the Amber World and not interfere with the events unfolding on the planet. Wait, all you have to do to claim ownership of Amber World and not interfere with the events unfolding on the planet. The king is pleased with you. He may even let you collect tribute from his playthings. Okay. Fulfill his request. I am now sovereign. Cool. That's really neat. Demon engine. That's really cool. Ooh, scorpion chainsword. I might end slightly early today. Not sure. My voice is a little worn out. I had a long day of talking. Normally I would keep going, but I think I might need to give my voice a break. We'll see. I want to see what some of this stuff looks like, and we'll go from there. Desolate world. Send out a scouting party. The explorers report a dismal condition. Find out what happened. Nice. Well, that's cool. Is that a warp gate? Oh my gosh, I think that's a portal to the webway. Holy shit. You don't find those very often. That's a good find. Look out, bridge. We have an unknown object dead ahead. Not an asteroid, clearly artificial in nature, but it's larger than Footfall Station. Bridge. Copy that. Report relay to the officer on duty. Okay, it's called a webway gate. Yeah! Can we activate it somehow? What is senior officers? That's really cool. Can't really do anything with the webway gate though. Not yet. But I believe soon we will have something to do with that webway gate. What will we have to do with that webway gate? I don't know. But I think we'll think of something.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Stop! There!
The Vizier.
Yeah.
Would he be proud? Am I?
I grow weary. Alright, gamers. I think I'm going to call it here. Just an hour early. My voice is really starting to bug me. I don't want to wear it out before tomorrow. So good night, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I had a lot of fun.